Hey everybody, this is Caesar with Small Engine Velocity coming at you with a motovlog about, I don't know, just stuff that's happened in the last 2 days, which has been a lot because I did a little bit of different things this week. One of them being that I actually commuted to work for 2 days in a row. It wasn't really a commute to work. Well, it was a work thing, right? So I guess that counts. Before we begin, let's go ahead and roll the intro, which, by the way, I'm going to come up with a season 5 intro because April is supposed to be the anniversary month, so I should be able to reset it to something or create something different, a little bit different than just a little time-lapse zoom in. I like the burnout one that I had a long time ago, but let's see if I can make another one of those. What is that? I have no idea what it's a Ferrari or something. Look kind of cool. Anyways, hopefully I've ran the intro already because I lost track of what I was thinking of because I saw a Ferrari. But anyways, so I did a little bit of commuting to work. I was going to record the commute to work, and I tried to, but the battery had died. And I didn't know before I took off, and then I plugged an auxiliary battery to it, and then that auxiliary battery didn't connect correctly, and then at the same time my microphone port on my GoPro was disconnected, so I didn't record anything. So I did a whole bunch of talking to everybody for no reason at all, or actually did a lot of talking for no one that was there listening, or nothing to record for people to listen to, right? Oh man, such a good thing. Anyways, I commuted to work. We had a kickoff meeting because my company got bought by another company, and it's merging 2 companies on top of what we have already. So it was over at the Hilton downtown, and I rode the big bike, and it wasn't that bad. I wish that I was able to record a little bit of it because it was a little bit of a fun ride, but still, I commuted for the first time to the office or to somewhere in a long time, and I did it 2 days in a row. Of course, I didn't plan it very well because when I got to the site, I didn't know where to park, so I parked in the $32 parking lot. Woohoo! $32! I don't miss that about working downtown, trying to figure out a place to park. I mean, the second day I went, it was $10, but yeah. I also, when I went down there, it put me back in a mode that I haven't been in a while, and it's that everyone's gonna hit you mode, I guess is what you could call it. I was in that like hyper state of alertness and riding around. I mean, I did pretty good. I didn't drive like a crazy person, and it was altogether entertaining. But one of the more important things that happened was on Friday night. We went to this, like, we were going to like this hookah place, and you know, I've learned that when you go to these places that have valet parking and you ride your bike up to the front and say, hey, where can I park? If you have a cool looking bike, they always want you to park by the front, I guess. It makes them look cooler or something like that. Anyways, I went to this one place, and I thought I was in the right place, but I was in the wrong place. So when I tried to move my bike, because they made me park like behind a tree and behind something else and all this other stuff, and when I tried to move my bike, the kickstand was on uneven ground, and it started to list to the kickstand side. No, the other side apart from the kickstand, because the ground was uneven. You garbage. Dude, look like a dirty diaper. So it started to tilt, and exactly like the same time that I commuted on the SV650 for the first time, I had to lay it on the ground lightly And I was so pissed. I was so pissed that I didn't ask anyone for help, and I literally deadlifted the bike up. And mind you, I haven't deadlifted anything in ages, right? So it starts to move a little bit, and I'm like, just a little more power, Caesar. Ah! And it moved. I picked it up. Well, as I was riding to the right place, my back was like stinging and painful, and by the time I got to the actual place we were supposed to eat, like, my back was in so much pain. Like, I'm talking, like, I was crying. It hurt so much, but I didn't let anybody know that it was hurting that bad. I really need to fix that rear disc. Or that real drum. It's like grinding in the back. So when I finally got there, I'm like, I'm walking around like, you know, my legs are going out a little bit. I'm hunched over. You know, I'm taking small steps. What it looked like was that I had pooped in my pants. You know, like, you know, when babies poop in their pants and they kind of make that weird walk, like, ooh, I don't want the poop to touch my butt cheeks, or ooh, the poop is starting to slide up to the front, or whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid. Or not that I pooped in my pants. Trying not to look like I was walking like that. I have never felt in such a cool place that we went to eat that I was so uncool sitting over there. I felt so uncool. Is there one behind me? Yeah. Why is this guy not turning? Like, there's all sorts of, like, spaces that keep flying open, bringing it across. By the way, I'm digging this gas gauge. It's saying that I'm at 53% tank. Just note that I measured 0 as to when the float is, like, literally sitting on the bottom of the tank. So, like, 0 really means 0. There's no lack of percentage there. And then you get in front of me. Oh, yeah. Anyways, that was probably the worst. I got home. Actually, I started to ride home, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I need to ride home where I don't have to put my legs down. Because if I put my legs down, I'm gonna cry. Like, it's gonna hurt. I might, like, lose my legs and drop the bike again. So I went straight down Restheimer, going super slow whenever I saw a distant red light till it turned green, and then I flew through it. And I got on the freeway, and of course I wear my riding vest, and it's like 50 degrees outside, but it didn't bother me because my back was hurting so bad that the cold didn't hurt me at all, or it didn't feel like it was hurting me. So, by the way, technically this is a longer ride for me on this bike. I just want to see how well it does, although I do need to take that rear wheel off to fix that drum, but whatever. The point is that I dropped the bike, I hurt my back trying to pick it up. I got my first commuter ride in 2 years to something, and then next week we're allowed to start commuting to work on a volunteer basis. So I think I'm gonna go on Tuesday or something like that, just so that I can record moto vlogs. Because remember when I worked at that other job on the Ruckus, it's like every day a moto vlog, because I rode every day, so I could record every day, and it was really fun. You know, and it was adventurous. You know what I miss? I miss the light that will never change, like the cursed light of doom that would just never ever change. That was fun. I remember that. Long time ago. Man, it's the old days. That's what I have to say now. I remember the old days. So I hope everybody enjoyed my little story of how I dropped the bike. Everybody drops their bike. And if they say they haven't dropped their bike, it's because they either don't ride it, or they've owned hundreds of other bikes before this, and they're really good at just not dropping their bike. I've never had a sport bike, and before that I had that naked SV650, and before that I'd never owned a bike that big and that tall. And parking in a parking garage on a slanted parking space was an idiotic idea. now that I look back on it, just because I wanted to park where the bicycle slot was. What an idiot. Anyways, if you're wondering, I did scratch the bike a little bit on the bottom, but I'm gonna leave it there because it's on the bottom of the oil cover or the clutch cover. I think it's a clutch cover on that side. No, yeah, because it's the shifter side, so it's clutch cover. It did scratch it a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it there. It's gonna remind me to not make dumb decisions whenever parking that bike or riding that bike anywhere. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see everybody in the next motovlog.